Welcome to this video on business and entrepreneurship education. In this video, we are going to look at Unit 1, which is about needs and wants. So what are basic needs? Basic needs are those things essential for survival. Without them, people cannot survive. A few examples are food, shelter, and clothing. Needs are limited. For example, if you drank a glass of water as you were thirsty, you may want to drink 2 or more glasses, but afterwards you will not want to drink any more. People need food to be in good health and to have energy, to be able to perform activities. We need food like bread, rice, vegetables, or fruits. We also need clothing to protect our body from cold or from the sun. We need different types of clothing depending on the weather and the temperature. If it is cold, you will want to wear a jacket to keep you warm, whereas if it is too hot, you may want to wear shorts to be more comfortable. People also need shelter to have a place to live. It protects us from the weather and other dangers. There are different types of shelters like houses or apartments. In some areas of the world, people live in shelters like tents and igloos. A person will have a house depending on his social status, income, and other situations. Wants are our desires. They are not essential for survival, but people want them as they make our life more comfortable and more pleasing. You may see a few examples of wants, like watches, laptops, jewelry, or cars. After fulfilling their needs, that is, after having essential items required for survival, people will want to have items which will make their life more comfortable. For example, they will want to have a car to travel or a mobile phone to communicate. Goods are tangible products, which means that they can be seen or touched. Examples are books, shoes, or pens. Services are intangible products, which means that they cannot be seen and touched. Examples are transportation, communication, banking, education, or health services. Wants differ from one person to another. For one person, a small car may be enough, as he will be the only one to use it, whereas a person having a large family may need a larger car. Wants also depend on their ability to pay. A person having less money may buy a cheap car, whereas someone having more money may want to buy a more expensive one. People satisfy their needs and buy necessities first. Then they fulfill their wants with non-essential items. For example, a person will want to buy food first. Then he will want to buy a mobile phone. Now let's look at the characteristics of wants. Wants are unlimited. Even if a person has been able to satisfy his wants, he will always have further wants. Wants vary from individual to individual. For some person, a cheap mobile phone is enough, only being able to make calls or send messages, whereas another person may want a more sophisticated one, which is more expensive. Wants keep increasing over time. If a person has been able to buy a car, he will later want to buy a larger one or more expensive one. Entrepreneurs satisfy needs and wants of people by selling goods and services to them. However, entrepreneurs should be ready to take risks, as they will invest some or all of their money in a business. If he or she does not succeed, for example, having few or no customers, he or she will lose all or part of that money invested. However, if the entrepreneur succeeded to have enough customers to sell the products, The money which they will receive with the sales less the cost will be the profit, which will be for the entrepreneur. However, if he or she succeeds, having enough customers, selling enough products, the money which will be received from sales less the cost will be the profit for the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur sets up his own business and does not work as an employee for another firm. He wants to be his own boss and wants to control everything and make all decisions by himself. He starts a new business by bringing together resources. He will look for resources like land, labor, capital, so that business activity can take place. So what is an enterprise? An enterprise is a business which takes risk to produce items to be sold in view of making profit. We have already seen what are the risks, but some people are ready to take these risks to be able to make profit. As we have seen before, people have unlimited wants, but resources are limited. This leads to the basic economic problem. Suppose you have 500 rupees only. You have seen a bag and a book, each one costing 500 rupees. You cannot buy both of them as you do not have enough money. So you will have to choose only one and sacrifice the other. If you bought the bag, then you have sacrificed the book, which is the opportunity cost. We now have a definition for opportunity cost. So, opportunity cost is the sacrifice which arises while making a choice. You have a few links which you may use for further references. Well, we have reached the end of this video. Until the next, goodbye.